James Helder, IFL TV, in association with Macklin's Jim Arbau. We're in central London today at the Park Plaza Hotel. With me, I've got none other than Richard Schaefer from Ring Style Promotions, now effectively Haymaker Ring Style Promotions. Can you talk to me about how this link-up came about with David Haye?
Well, I've known David for a long time. We've been friends for a long time, and we saw each other late last year in New York, and we started talking about maybe doing something together here in the UK. I was always very intrigued by the UK market, having promoted the likes of Ricky Hatton and Amir Khan, and I just really feel that the UK fight fans are the best fight fans in the world. They're very passionate about it, about the sport, about the fighters, and I always was looking for a way to enter the UK market. And as David and me were talking and exchanging some ideas, it became very quickly apparent that we wanted to do something together here in the UK, and we were on the same page right away, and we structured this 50-50 partnership here in the United Kingdom, Haymaker Ring Style, focusing on the UK market, on UK talent, and really build up a boxing promotional entity here in the UK.
Do you think Haymaker Ring Style Promotions can rival some of the big promotional companies that are already established, some of the likes of the guys that are here in the UK and in the States?
Well, in the States, it's actually interesting. When I got involved in boxing the first time around, in around the year 2000, it was Don King and Bob Arum who were the two dominant promoters in the United States, and not too many people really gave me a chance when Oscar and I started when we started Golden Boy Promotions. And look what happened is we built it up as the biggest boxing promotion company in the world. And here it's a little bit the same. You have two established promoters in the UK, Barry Hearns and Frank Warren. So some people might say, well, we're the underdogs, and what are those two guys going to do, Schaefer and Haye? And I like the underdog role because we've done it before, we proved ourselves before, and I think we can do it again.
Is David Haye fighting and sort of spearheading this thing pivotal to Haymaker Ring Style Promotions, or is it a case of other marquee fighters looking to join?
Again, you sort of can look at the parallels. Back in 2000, when I started Golden Boy, Oscar was still fighting. He was still an active fighter, and he sort of established a promotional entity at the tail end of his career. But yet he was still fighting. But it was not instrumental really whether he was fighting or not fighting. And I think the same is here with David. There is always a need for integrity and honesty in boxing, and whether David is fighting or not fighting doesn't really make a difference. This is about empowering the young fighters and showing the fighters what we can do for them, and really changing the paradigm in a way that we are empowering the fighters. This is a promotional company built by a fighter for the fighters, and that's a big difference.
Do you think in the forthcoming weeks we can see Haymaker Ring Style announcing new signings and forthcoming boxers joining the stable?
Oh, absolutely, yes. We've been meeting with a number of fighters, and so we'll start making some decisions on who we really want to sign. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. So we're going to be very selective, but we want to have a nice stable, a good stable with fighters who really transcend the sport as well, where we know they can perform inside the ring, but who have the charisma and the capabilities to really become stars outside of the ring as well. Just like David. I mean, David is one of the most charismatic fighters and figures in the sport of boxing, and that's the kind of fighters we are looking for.
Quite finally, is there any inkling or anything you can tell us on broadcasters and what broadcasters you would like to work with? We've seen obviously Sky Sports and the Sky Sports pay-per-view platform, BoxNation now linking up with BT Sport, which means they'll be bringing a lot more to the table of what already exists, as well as ITV now dipping their toes in boxing with the Eubank situation. So is there anything you can tell me regarding what broadcaster you sort of feeling now?
Well, there's a very robust market for boxing here from a television partner point of view in the UK, and we've been talking to several of them. It's sort of is coming down to three different platforms. and interestingly, terrestrial platforms, but different sort of like reaches and different focuses. And we actually have one more meeting today, David and me, and then as a team we will sort of like sit down and decide with whom we would want to go with.
Okay. Well, listen, it's exciting times for yourself and David Haye. We do look forward to seeing some imminent announcements regarding what's going to happen. And thank you very much, Schaefer,
Excellent.
for
Thank
asking
you
more
very
questions.
much. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, sir.
Thank you.